Hello, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be going over 3 ACT math questions. For all these problems, I recommend pausing the video and trying the problems yourself first before you see me solve them. Without wasting any time, let's get into it. Question 52 says, a sequence is given by s of 1 equals 4 and Sn plus 1 equals 2Sn minus 3 for n greater than or equal to 1. The question asks, what is the value of s of 5? What is s of 5? So for this question, we're given a formula, Sn plus 1 equals 2Sn minus 3, and we're given a term. We're given the first term, S1 equals 4. So if I had to use this formula, right? You have to use this formula. So if I wanted to find out s of 5, I would have to plug in 4 for n, right? Because 4 plus 1 is 5. And then if I set up the rest of the equation, if I plugged in 4 for n, it would be this, right? So when I plug in 4 for n, I get S5 equals 2S4 minus 3. But we don't know what S4 is, right? Now, let's figure out what S4 is first. If I wanted to figure out what S4 is, I would have to plug in 3 for n, right? So S3 plus 1, which is 4, equals 2S3 minus 3. But I don't know what s of 3 is. So I think you get the idea. So the key is to find the next term after s of 1, which is s of 2, and then just keep using this formula to find out what s of 5 is. So let's just go down again. To find out s of 3, it would be 2s2 minus 3. And to find s of 2, it would be 2s1 minus 3. We know we know s1 is 4. So it would be 2 times 4 minus 3. 8 minus 3 is 5. So s of 2 is 5. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 minus 3 is 7. So s of 3 is 7, and s of 2 is 5. Same thing here. 7 times 2, so 2 times 7 minus 3, this is 11. So s of 4 is 11. And now 2 times 11, that is 22. 22 minus 3 is 19. So s of 5 is 19. S of 5 is 19. This matches answer choice J. So for this problem, just remember to find the next term after what's given. So first find s of 2, find s of 3, s of 4 using this formula, because that is all you can do with this formula. You can only find the next term. Okay. On to the next question, which is also a question 52. The question says, the inequality 7x squared y is less than 0 is true for two fixed real numbers x and y. Which of the following inequalities must be true? So for this problem, first let's just look at the inequality. So for something to be less than 0, right? That means it has to be negative. So the 7x squared y has to be negative, right? Now, the thing to realize here is that let's look at each part of 7x squared y, right? Let's look at 7 first. 7 is always positive, right? And remember, x or y can't be 0, because if they were 0, then the whole thing would be 0. And 0 is not less than 0, so the inequality, it wouldn't fit the inequality. The next thing let's look at x squared, right? If you look at x squared, you need to remember that this is also always going to be positive. And why? Well, if I plug in like 5 for x, right, it's going to be 25. If I plug in a negative number, like negative 8, it's going to be, the value of x squared is going to be 64. Any negative number squared is a positive number, and a positive number squared is a positive number, right? So x squared is always going to be positive. So if 7 is always positive, and if x squared is always positive, and you want this whole thing, 7x squared y, to be negative, it only makes sense that y has to be negative or less than 0. So y has to be less than 0, which matches answer choice J. On to the last question, question 58. It says, for the following system of equations, 2 raised to the power of x minus y equals 32, and 2 raised to the power of x plus y, which equals 8, it asks us what is the value of y? What is y? So for this problem, I would convert everything into base 2, so we can just drop the bases, and then it is going to be a simple system of equations problem. So we can rewrite 32 as 2 raised to the power of 5, right? And we can rewrite 8 as 2 raised to the power of 3. Okay, now you can just drop the bases now, because you're going to use the rule that if the bases are equal, then the exponents have to be equal to each other, right? Because 2 raised to the power of x plus y can only equal 2 to the third if x plus y equals 3. And then same logic here, 2 raised to the power of x minus y can only equal 2 to the fifth if x minus y is 5, right? So we can set the exponents equal to each other. So x minus y equals 5, and x plus y equals 3. Now let's solve for y. We're actually going to solve for x first. So if we add these two equations, the y's cancel out. If we add these two, the y's cancel out as negative y plus y is 0, and x plus x is 2x, and 5 plus 3 is 8. If you solve for x, you get x equals 4, right? And then you can just plug 4 back in to any of these equations. I'm going to plug it into the second one. So 4 plus y equals 3. And now if I solve for y, I get y equals negative 1, which matches answer choice G. I hope my explanations make sense, and thank you for watching.